This morning, Donald Trump answered questions nominally. Like what I mean by that is reporters asked questions and Trump used words from the English language. They weren't really answers. Now, one of the questions Trump was asked on the plane was, have you called Tim Walz yet? This is a question that has come up because Minnesota had this horrible tragedy where a lunatic MAGA terrorist killed Democratic elected officials, almost killed other elected officials that he shot, had a list of even more Democratic elected officials that he wanted to kill, but he is surrendered to police. He is now in custody. There was the idea that, hey, Tim Walz is the governor. Tim Walz was on the hit list. Maybe Trump will call him. And Trump goes, he's whacked out. I'm not calling him.
Have you called the governor yet or been able to speak to any of them?
I don't really call him. Look, he appointed this guy to the position. I think the governor of Minnesota is so whacked out. I'm not calling him. He's a mess. So, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time?
There you go. So Trump's not going to waste time calling the whacked out governor of Minnesota after one of his own supporters killed, assassinated. That's where we are right now. Democratic elected officials in the state. Screw Tim Walz. Then, maybe more substantively, the topic of Iran came up. Trump was asked, are you open to negotiating with the Iranians? And Trump goes, not really in a mood to negotiate right now.
Are you open to negotiating with the Iranians right now, or do you want to wait?
I've been negotiating. I told them to do the deal. They should have done the deal. The cities have been blown to pieces. We've lost a lot of people. They should have done the deal. I told them do the deal. So I don't know. I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate.
Trump has said it. His mood is not one for wanting to negotiate. Isn't it great when global conflict comes down to the mood of one guy who doesn't really understand anything? Now, very interestingly, Trump seems to say here that he doesn't trust his own director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Trump was asked about the reality that despite what Trump is now saying about Iran approaching a nuclear weapon, that Tulsi just a couple months ago said, Iran's not close to building a nuclear weapon. And Trump goes, I don't care what she said.
You don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon. But how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified at March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. I think they're close. Oh, really? Well, the intelligence community doesn't think so. Don't care. Your director of national intelligence doesn't think so. Don't care. All right. I guess he just doesn't care. He believes what he believes. And then finally, Trump over the last 24 hours has sort of said, ceasefire. I'm not working on any ceasefire. He was asked, what's better than a ceasefire between Iran and Israel? What do you want? And Trump kind of goes, we just want the end.
Is better than a ceasefire. What are you looking for here?
An end. A real end, not a ceasefire. An end.
So something that will be permanent.
Or giving up entirely. That's okay too.
Are you closer? Is that possible? Is that possible next year?
Why not? It's certainly possible. Complete give up. That's possible.
This is all about ego for Donald Trump. Trump ripped up the Iran nuclear deal. Iran hadn't violated the deal, but Trump didn't like that it had Obama's name on it. Trump just didn't want it. So he unilaterally said the deal is done. Iran does what any natural country would do. If you had not violated the deal and someone goes, we're ripping it up, they go, all right, well, if the deal's done, we'll go back to researching nuclear and looking at enriching uranium and all of the other sort of precursor elements that are involved in having a nuclear program. Trump then goes, oh, no, they can't do that. And then now, given the possibility that Trump could get in, listen, I'm not going to say there's no way that Trump could help reach a ceasefire in this situation or get a new deal. Let him go try to do it. But Trump is now saying he's not even in the mood to negotiate. He's not even interested in a ceasefire anymore. He wants an end. And as we know, sometimes these ends can lead to even more radical regimes coming in. That's a whole different story. But this is a guy driven primarily by ego. How can I self-aggrandize and put the attention on myself? How can I make myself the main character of this entire thing? and it is not going his way. So for the good of the world and for the good of the country, I hope Trump changes his mind. I hope Trump directs his team to go and try to get a ceasefire, try to get a deal. But Trump now seems committed to that not happening. And of course, he's as disoriented and as confused as ever as to the facts on the ground. This is what happens when you elect a guy like this. There's simply no way around it. It's what we expected, and it's what we're getting.